live.
Hai guys, că am început. Ia uitați aici aveți. Dă-l distribuie-l, mă.
Live offline.
Ce dracu nu merge, bă? Aha, n-am copiat tot.
Și la ce oră începe?
Încep.
Ce a început, mă, că nu e niciun aici.
Imediat începe meciul.
Stați bro să văd ceva. Ce bine să ai două monitoare, mă, dar bine ar fi să am Facebook.
Getting ready right now as we speak. Is there anyone outstanding that kind of pops in your mind as players? I believe for me it would probably be Boyer. I mean, he had pretty consistent games throughout the day.
Zi-mă, Dumi.
I think Boyer after yesterday really became a fan favorite, but I'm going for Warp, man. I'm still so impressed by the 7 elimination that we got to tune in with 43 players. It's ringing in my
Bă,
mind.
zis că se aude foarte încet pe live.
Păi da, se aud comentatorii. Comentatorii se aud foarte încet, de aia, că așa am vrut eu.
Bere un pic.
Dă mai tare, pișa m-aș păti.
Salut, Tudor Alin. Pop out chat, stați bro un pic. Să las ăsta în bar, așa. Las și ăsta, bro. Ăsta-l pun aici.
It'll really throw you off your game. This right here is going to give everyone a fair opportunity to land somewhere and get it going. And you can see the aggression in Tilted Towers is still there, similar to yesterday. Multiple players landing there. It looks like Fatal Fields actually seeing a lot of action today as well. We didn't see 4 players land there, so highly contested today. It's going to be a lot of congestion there. And Retail Row picking out at 6 players. 6 players in Retail Row. That's actually crazy.
Okay.
So we have a lot of areas, a lot of high, point interest areas just completely flooded. And looks like we're jumping into Retail Row where the first shots are already being fired.
Cu Nikov. Vedem aici pe Nikos că intră într-un fish. Stați să dau puțin mai încet. Asta.
That's right. So it's okay. Still 5 games left to play.
Yeah, you have a lot of games. Just looking at the circle here, it's actually going to be.
Vedem pe Nikos că farmează.
It's pretty fair though. It's got majority of
Zipan la fel.
But anyone on that east side of the map is going to have a tough time pushing down here.
That's right, man. Fatal Fields, hotspot right now, Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park.
Rița apare high ground-ul și Nico încearcă să ia high ground-ul, dar să vedem ce o să se întâmple. Cred că acum toți playerii încearcă să farmeze și să își facă o rezervă de materiale.
Exactly right there, yo, Ritz, I am rooting for you, man. We talked about it yesterday, my favorite combo when we see it, and oh boy.
Vedem aici pe Boyer că și-a hit de la Naue. Și primul fight pe care îl vedem este între Boyer și Naue. Are Naue high ground. Boyer este închis. Naue încearcă să ia high ground-ul și reușește. Revan vine din spate. Hai să vedem ce se va întâmpla în acest fight. Daur este jos. Naue deasupra lui. Editează. Și a scăpat. Hai să vedem dacă va merge după el. Și se pare că da. Și a pus și turetă și încearcă să dea trap, dar da, l-a omorât. Naue. A încercat să-i pună trap, dar n-a reușit. Le vedem pe cel de la Epsilon, Zipan, jucătorul lui Epsilon. Îți dă medkit-ul. Îl vedem pe Evos că încearcă să pușeze cu niște grenăzi. Evos încearcă să farmeze, dar este pușat de către un player. Să vedem de către cine este pușat acolo Evos, dar îl pușează el acum, joacă agresiv.
A revenit.
Are full HP, Evos, și este într-un fight și l-a omorât Evos pe Atlantis Swag. A reușit kill-ul. Să vedem dacă va farma sau va continua să pusheze. Oslo este într-un fight cu Absol. Apostle are low ground acum. Are high ground acum. Și l-a omorât pe Oslo și Twitch Arsen a fost omorât de către... Sau nu? Nu, n-a fost omorât, a fost un bug de la caster. Îl vedem pe Arsen aici cu 2 kill-uri. 7 eliminări plus 3 puncte, 5-6 eliminări, scriu acolo punctele pentru fiecare. Îl vedem aici pe Scaler. Dar nu-l vedem pe playerul nostru român, Spizix, nu, unde este? Îl vedem pe Ritz Tufoapo aici, care are high ground-ul. Și Nico este jos, încearcă să farmeze. Ia tirul și încearcă să ia cât mai mult fier. Cred că vrea să joace la Turtle sau ceva. Încearcă să farmeze. Ritz are high ground-ul acolo și cred că o să-l pusheze cu de curând. Detox are high ground-ul aici versus X. Cred că Detox va încerca să stea pe high ground și să aștepte push-ul din partea lui X. X se editează. Este pushat de către playerul din dreapta, dar și de către playerul de pe high ground. Hai să vedem. Cât e premiul? Locul 1, $70.000, locurile între 27 și 100, câte $1.500 și restul nu le știu, pe astea le-am reținut. Nocosito are high ground-ul și el, X a luat high ground-ul, foarte frumos acolo, jucat, foarte bine jucat din partea lui X. Cred că îl va bate pe Detox aici, care are avantaj. Ia high ground-ul. Very special situation to use those kind of plays, but hey man, it works. Pe comentat. Ce să zic, frate, e la început și X îl omoară pe Detox aici. E primul meci pe care îl comentez și e primul meci la Fortnite, pana mea. Adică nu o să eu cu comentat sau ceva. Avem și replay-ul aici, de la Vext. Bun, îl avem aici până AOE, să vedem, se bate cu Rez. Rez care are foarte puțin HP și este eliminat de către SW în AOE. Îl vedem pe Atlantis Mitro care are high ground-ul și Killester încearcă să îl pusheze. Hai să vedem dacă va putea să-l bată pe Atlantis. Vedem aici un fight între MRTFN ăsta, care are nume de Samara Jaxi, Brandomorg, cu Twitch, Wixey, ia uite, ăsta deja vine în zona. Wixey știe că e în zonă, dar îi lasă pe ăștia doi acolo, zice hai fraților că mă duc, vă las pe voi aici. Hai să vedem, mărâtă până ăsta e forță. Și îl pușează pe Wixey. Twitch Liquinado ăsta încearcă să meargă către Pacific Nico. Ia uite-l pe Mitro aici, îl vedem pe Mitro că încearcă să ia materiale să se facă full. Are 350 lemn, 500 cărămidă și 500 fier. E aproape full dacă mai ai niște lemn. 68 de player rămași, 1 minut 27 și văd că zona se va apropia. Aici putem vedea playerii. Mulți playeri cred că o să moară în zonă, cei din Pleasant, dacă nu găsesc rifturi. Și playerul din Flash Factory, îl vedem aici pe Atlantis Mitro. Cred că va încerca un push către Caxi. L-a văzut în față pe Caxi. Și văd că nu se bate, nu trage. Cred că vrea să-l pusheze să fie un kill asigurat sau ceva. Vedem aici pe Wixi că este pushat și cred că va muri pentru că este foarte low. Are un big shield și cred că nu apucă să shield-ea, da. Îl omoară mărătăfele ăsta random org. Da, putem vedea aici 5-6 eliminări, 2 puncte și win-urile au fost punctele acolo puse. Ia uitați-l pe mitru ăsta, Blast Park. Avem și replay-ul. Îl vedem pe X, care se bate cu 2 playeri acolo. Pe Scrum aici, care are high ground-ul. Văd că editează scara și îl vede pe playerul de jos, dar are și în stânga un jucător. Aici este un third party. Unde e românașul? Bă, încă nu l-a arătat pe Spizzy dacă la el te referi. Mai dați acolo un share pe Facebook, un ceva, să ne strângem cât mai mulți aici. Comentez forțe, nu? Hai că comentez așa. Nu prea pune camera pe Spizzy că nu e cunoscut, da. Îl vedem aici pe Scrum, third party, cred că o să fie violated. Cum se zice pe mai puțin engleză la consugurii. E ca Scrum. Dați acolo un share, băieți, să ne strângem cât mai mulți. Să vadă și băieții finala. Ia uitați, aici avem clasamentul. Scoreboard. Cu 3 eliminări îl avem pe Skyler. Pe locul 2 pe W4. Pe locul 3 pe Arson. 4 Sensei. 5 MRTFN și l-ați putut vedea și pe 6. Ce crezi că va câștiga? Bă, sincer nu știu ce să zic. Sensei, Ritz și aici este un 5 party, cred că. 3-4 eliminări, 1 punct, 5-6 eliminări, 2 puncte, 7 plus 3 puncte, big bonus, 1 punct, o să fie adăugat la fiecare eliminare. Îl vedem aici pe Belau, care se bate cu Fernis și cred că va câștiga fight-ul. Sunt mulți playeri în Grizzly, cred. Da, în Grizzly Grove. Fernis este aici prins de către 4 playeri.
There's 3 players that basically one shot in the same location right now. They all must have contested against one another.
Da, și se pare că în Grizzly Grove se dă mare luptă. Îl vedem aici pe Belau că încearcă să stea pe coteal așa, să o dea cu ei. Belau are high ground-ul. Ferin joacă turtle aici. Sensei. Văd că Spizzy nu știu pe unde e. Nici nu m-am uitat în cea dacă a fost omorât sau nu. Evos îl pușează aici pe X. Sau nu, îl pușează pe BNQ acolo. Fanatic motor. Hai să vedem dacă îl vedem pe Spizzy pe undeva. Nu. Și l-a bătut Belau, eu v-am zis că îl bate Belau ăsta.
I mean, again, as well, just to continue to highlight players, we saw Isa put on quite the show yesterday.
And look, we were just talking about Axe. He's not done yet. He's diving into another battle, but he's in a very bad situation. That's definitely
o să moară cât de curând.
He's going to be blown down. And this might be the end of the road for Axe here. He might have pushed a wrong player. Warp is going to get chunked right here. You don't want to see him go. He's such an aggressive and great player, but Veron is not letting him breathe right now.
Nu știu unde e Spizzy. Nu știu, cred că a fost ucis sau ceva. Și Warp îl face pe... omoară adversarul. Stați puțin să văd dacă găsesc pe Spizzy pe undeva pe aici. Dar nu cred.
The rewards of getting the Elam, but of course heal off all the materials and resources potentially gathered.
Hai să vedem. Ragzul, Property, Rojo, Heisman, Strike. Cred că Spizzy, dacă n-a fost omorât, joacă foarte defensiv meciul ăsta și încearcă să țină de poziție. Salary Artworks, nu cred că e Spizzy pe aici. Vedem pe Isa.
And this is where things really start to slow down when you have just the circle getting tighter. You kind of feel that, hey, maybe with, you know, just a little bit of luck I
Se
can
joacă foarte turtle la acest campionat. Glalis, Pacific. Hai să mai vedem jucători, player X. Nu l-am observat pe Spizzy dacă era, nu știu. Warp încearcă să se uite prin acest acoperiș și vede jucătorul, încearcă să-l pușeze. Are high ground-ul acolo.
Spizzy mai trăiește?
Zona vine, nu știu asta. Nu cred, l-am văzut. Property, Fanatic, Just Illegal, Ghostisa, nu cred.
Bă, în zona asta mai sunt 50 de playeri.
Da, sunt 50 de playeri în zona asta.
Nu prea pun camera pe Spizzy, că nu-l cunosc. Unul pe ăștia mai cunoscut.
Pe Isa lasă mult.
Da, că îl și cunosc. Mai și joacă de pe consolă, e greu.
Ce-s aici?
We still have 48 players, 30 seconds before this next safe zone starts to move.
Sensi Gaming still alive, another player we saw
Isa are full armură și full viață.
This is their time to shine right now. Though 48 players remain. More than half of the lobby gone now.
Eu cred că Spizzy, dacă mai trăiește undeva pe aici, prin zona asta din dreapta sus. Nu cred că se bagă aici la partea ăsta de player, că îi jale dacă se bagă.
You don't really get to see these guys make it to endgame very
Da,
quickly.
se joacă la zonă, cred.
Anyone that is represented for the controller
Cred că se joacă aici în dreapta, la zonă.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I think him and Camo both play on controllers, so to see them kind of go toe to toe with these players is very, very impressive.
Flix, Raptei, Markelus sau Astro să moară. Raptei l-a omorât. Cred că și Raptei o să moară, că ușa de 4 jucători acolo. Da, și l-a luat zona. Nu mai are nici materiale, e mort. 100%. Nu cred că mai e Spizzy. Nu, nu cred că mai e Spizzy, că pune camera pe el. Mai este 34.
Nu, că nici data trecută nu a pus deloc pe Spizzy în meci. Mai 31 și nu a pus pe toți 31 camera.
Numai pe X ăsta, pe care nici pe ăsta nu cunosc, adică nu știu ce e. Și tot pe ăsta lasă camera, cred că plătit casterul să lase camera pe el. Atlantis Mitro ăsta. Ia uite, Atlantis, Ghost Camo, Twitch, Claymore. Da, ăsta e primul meci, nu? Mai sunt încă 4. Ghost Camo ăsta stă pe coteală ca știm noi și e. Joacă la tertă. He's got a nice, clean rotation to the next area. If you're ahead of the curb like this, you go for high ground when you make it to the next zone, in my opinion. Now we've got another 5 seconds. Here we go. 30 de playeri. Here's the tricky part, guys. We're moving on to a mountain monster every time we do this. Spizzy a murit, nu știu. Dar numai pe ax ăsta lasă camera, mă. O da bani ax ăsta, mă. Nu știu dacă e dus, mă, că numai pe ax ăsta, uite-l. Numai pe ax ăsta lasă camera aici, nu?
Cred că ai dus, uite-te și aici.
Hai ză, bun, bine că a murit ax ăla, hai să vedem. Aici trebuie
Two
să-l
of our
vedem.
most aggressive
Spizi,
being taken
spizi,
out
spizi,
here.
nu,
Axe
nu, nu,
tweaking
nu,
at
nu,
the
noi,
wrong
noi.
time. Someone was
Nu
eyeballing
mai
that
Ivan, nu
one by
cred.
one.
Nu l-am văzut.
That was it. Camo now in the lead for the rotation here. He's
Nici eu, da.
managing
Mai
to
era și în
cut
cealaltă
players
parte,
off, getting in
vreau
front
să
of
zic
other
că-
players' snakes, which means that
Mamă,
he's
stare
gonna
rău
go
că
the
l-am
aggressive.
încercat
This is what
mă
you do
ăsta.
when you cut
Te uiți
players
la mine
off,
pe
you
live
take
sau te uiți
the
tu? Bă?
lead here and
Mă
put
uit
the
la
pressure
ăștia,
to the
la
backside.
ăștia, că se vede
He's
înainte.
gonna want that material as well. Nice RPG.
Mamă.
That was a close one. He saw it coming.
Just keeps the pressure up. That's 30, a white number there. That means Camo's very aware. That's straight to his health bar.
Cam
Tries to keep
ăsta
pressure going.
spamează pe ăla, nu mai are
Camo,
materiale.
being that he was leading the storm rotation, knows
Îi dă
there's
cu
no one
racheta,
behind
acum
him.
îl
He can put the
sparge.
pressure on anyone trying to come in from the front side
Mamă,
right here.
ce
and that's exactly what
spamează
he's
pe
doing
ăla.
right now.
O bătut, ce sens.
And we're moving in, guys. We're almost top 20. Well, now we are. Players are looking to compete for that top 10 because at that 10 spot, they're guaranteed a
Luat
point.
ăsta
So we're gonna
armă,
see things
să lua
slow
grapple.
down, players be a little more cautious.
Yeah, I see that he's going for the grapple. Even with one shot, he
one
dropped a
shot.
full med kit. And he has no medium bullets. He used
Să
all
mai
of
dea
his
camera de
resources,
sus o dată
as
să
far
vedem.
as mediums go there. And he actually
La
decides,
med.
you know what, 2 med kits might be better than one. Grapple shot here, so he goes for the 2 med kits instead.
Și la medul ăsta, mă. Și la med kit-ul, dar nu cred că mai e spizi în viață. Nu.
He's absolutely going for it. That's a great spot on the launch pad right there. Worth 10,
15 player.
10 tick from the storm to save yourself that many materials. We're down to
Nu cred că
13
mai e
players,
viață
Iki.
adevărat.
Nu, 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 nu mai.
3 more, and then each player will be rewarded with 1 point.
Nu mai, că m-am uitat la player, nu mai e.
Those are whites going out.
Nice
Mexi
job from
picks it up.
Mexi, the young bull, one of
Joacă
the
bine
younger
ăștia.
contenders here from the European scene. I believe just turning 16, so lucky for him to be able to compete. He's on 2 elims. All he needs is
Uite,
one more.
Joacă
He's
la
gonna get a
high
second
ground
point here
mix
'cause he's
ăsta.
done made it to top 10.
We're
Bine
up
face.
to- yeah,
Vine
we're
în
up
zona,
right now.
10 playeri în zonă de
Materials,
cerc.
though, he's not really watching it. He's got to
ține
get
ăștia
into
în
this
zonă,
fight right
e
here while
jale.
he
E
can.
jale, da, Mexe, e mort. E mort, Mexe.
Taking through the storm, he's gotta make it to
E mort,
save
Mexe.
Needs an elimination to save him here. It's gonna give him the
Mamă,
HP
l-a
he
bătut,
needs.
nu cred.
He gets it, but they
Mai
E
get
mort,
it.
e mort.
Return, Eagles
Iar
gonna
Pavzi,
take him out.
hai zis.
Nitro
Iar
stole the
iar o
elimination
rămas
from
Ghost.
right
Isa,
in front
Ghost
of him.
Isa, da, da,
He
da.
could have healed there with that 50
Așa,
HP, would have been crucial, but now Isa looking
Hai
to
să
make
da bine grapple.
rotations. 2 grapplers over to Camo, who's going toe-to-toe with someone top 4.
4 players remain. Ghost Camo has a point here. The next
4
person to
player
be
rămași.
eliminated pretty much loses out on a
Ghost
point here.
Camo
You
aici.
want to stay alive right now for multiple reasons. Obviously for the victory royale. And
Rog,
Gabro's gonna get
l-omoară
eliminated
pe
by
Heiz.
Eagle, but Gabro does make it to the end.
Și Camo
Lots of
rămâne cu
points for
rocket
him.
launcher-ul.
He's off to a great start. It's now Camo alive, Issa alive, both of these guys in a Ghost organization.
Rog,
And oh no,
omul.
actually Gabro's still alive in the air here.
Și agresiv e ăsta, mă
So
rog,
gonna play high ground.
ăsta.
Rocket comes out, destroys
Agresiv
the
rău.
structure.
He only has 50 materials, now down to 10. This is his final build right here. This is the battle that he has to hit his shot. He needs to connect. He's
Dai
surrounded
prost.
by players. 3 grapple shots
Shot
left.
așa
What's he
și
gonna
a
do
murit.
here? He's getting shot in return. They're both deciding to target on him.
Ghost Isa
Gabro's
versus
gets
Ghost
melted.
Camo, ăștia sunt aceeași
It's
echipă.
Ghost Isa versus Ghost Camo, both members of the Ghost org here.
And it looks like
Difference being
Issa is in the
mats.
high
1 v
ground
1.
here. He has
Ghost
70
Isa
materials.
versus
This is where
Ghost
you want to
Camo.
use the sentry
Da,
gun,
da,
you
da.
know,
Hai
those
să
1v1
vedem.
situations or
echipă
something like that. He's got a hand cannon. His loadout's looking great. He goes for it, misses the shot.
Ai, dacă îi dădea
Camo
hit
just trying to
acolo.
make a risky grappler play that might have
Cred
been
că
his
îl
last
bate
shot
Isa.
actually from what we last
Ba
saw.
nu, ba nu.
That's fall
Ce
damage
prost e.
from
Ba, l-a
Ghost
bătut
Camo.
Isa.
Well played. 6 elims for Issa.
That
L-a bătut
is
Ghost Isa, mă.
absolutely crazy. Issa securing his first
Mamă,
victory
ce e aici
Royale
pe
with
hartă.
6 eliminations. Now keep in mind he did get 6. He was so close to that next threshold, so he didn't quite hit 7, but still 5 points to hit the board for him on the first game.
That was incredible. At one point there, I thought Gomer was down. There was just so much chaos going on. Happy to see him make it
Da,
to that
frumos
third
jucat de
place right
către
there.
el,
That's a whole
de
point.
către
That's what you want to be
Isa.
alive in those end games.
I'm just really impressed with the fact that both Ghost Camo and
Stați
Issa
să
were
văd
there
dacă...
all the way at the end. They take
Nu
down
ne
the
arată,
keep
bă,
trying to
cine a
turn each
câștigat
other,
sau
and
cum
they're
a
like,
fost
"Oh,
clasamentul.
well, I
Stai că
know,
o
I
să vă
saw
zic
what
eu
your name is
clasamentul.
because you eliminated Gomro. I guess we're going head to head, buddy.
Yeah, Ghost
Cred.
is one of those organizations that
Ia,
they showed
EU
up in,
hit
obviously now
1.
both regions. That's a respectable game one for those guys.
Ba nu, că nu-i
You
hit
see
1,
these
mă.
guys
Arată
are
și pe
grappler.
live.
Stai să
You
mă
always
uit,
see
stai
at
să
these
mă
end
uit.
games now.
Istorie.
Even one shot
Hit
makes a
2,
difference.
nu,
He
că
went
încă
for
nu i-a
that
dat
just
dat.
YOLO flying through the airplay.
No.
No.
Misses the pump. Both of them missed the pump. That could have been, you know, really the end game for both of them. That was checkmate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Karate
Take a look at the
ăștia,
final
cred că
moments
acum
coming
e
out of
în
that
pe live.
first game of the finals and see how Issa picks up the elimination there.
Here's Ghost Camo. He readies up that grappler right after he just misses it. He didn't
Joacă bine
realize
Ghost
Issa
Isa.
goes for the drop down play, catches him by surprise. 75 from the hand cannon, followed by a very healthy pump shotgun shot there. And there it is, the 1-2. 131 from the pump shotgun, 75 from the hand
Bă,
cannon.
mă auziți?
It's like a trend.
Yeah.
We're seeing the hand cannon connect
Ok.
day in and day out right now from these players. That is accuracy if I've ever seen it.
That's right. We saw the 75 coming out from the body shot. Yesterday, we saw someone from the hip hit a 150 to the face.
Yeah. The
That
hand
shifts
cannon.
things.
Hand cannon just showing that it can melt away shields. So be careful in these close quarter engagements. Loadouts are definitely changing as the game develops, and there it is.
That's right.
Bye,
If you've never seen Fortnite, you're kind of new. You definitely want to keep your eye on players with that hand cannon.
Da, la
Something to
Cristiano
note is
Ronaldo.
it punches through structures. It one-shots enemies'
Yeah,
wood structures that they
yeah,
built,
right.
and it can basically two-tap metal and brick as well.
And more importantly, a freshly built metal and brick does, of course, get one tap by hand cannon as well. So in build-offs, you're
Cred
able
că
to
știi
just
ce
target
fac? Pun
ramps and
titlul
really
în...
catch a- you know, break
Să
the
pun
advantage
titlul în
to the high ground
engleză
really
That's right.
quickly.
ca să intre mai multă lume pe live și las comentatorii, știi? Winter Royale
You know, yesterday in Heat 2 we kind of saw things
Finals.
pretty slow.
Grand.
Players were a little bit almost timid, and now they're just like, look, this is finals. We need
pe
the full
mult
send
pe
in.
microfon,
Yeah,
așa?
Da,
these
știu,
players
și îmi las
came with
microfonul
their
pe
game,
OBS,
so
știi?
now we
Noi
actually picking up two of our
și
favorites
noi
here,
vorbim aici
Zexro.
și-
Dar nu, că nu
We're
știu cum
going
să fac
out
să se audă
early
numai
on.
ăsta,
You're
știi?
talking
Pe
first 80
desktop
players.
sound, desktop,
You
lași
know,
desktop.
pretty much to be eliminated
Speakers,
here.
nu merge
And
gen
Orban
să se
Act
audă
showed
numai...
up just like we thought they would.
Departaj,
Earning their points through
departaj.
eliminations, not necessarily placement this time
Da,
around,
bro, dar nu
but
merge că
doesn't
tu
mean
te
they
auzi,
can't make it to
știi?
the end game.
I mean, that's the thing, man, is they're going toe-to-toe with all these more, I guess, recognized players and saying, look, I mean, I'm a threat. You know, players may not know who I am, but you're going to know who I am after today.
I was gonna say, I mean, like after today, people are definitely gaining some new fan base without a doubt.
These are the final moments where Issa goes toe-to-toe. That's a 74 and a 131. But now, we're going to take it to the standings and see where our
Ia
players
uite.
line up. So again, top 20 are who will place
Noi
in the top
spizi în
lowest
top
portion of the
16.
money. Issa right now leading the pack with 5 points, but Camo right behind him with
A murit.
3. So we'll hop on over to the second page and see who else is in contention for that top 20.
Hai să vedem
Markel
pe
versus
ce
Iar,
loc.
Skywalker right now, and
27.
Dougie
27.
Newblood looking to shoot for that top
Da,
20 as well.
27.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the numbers being put up today, down to 20 players earning themselves a point. That's a lot better than any of the heats I think we've seen
Ia,
in the
văd,
past.
bă,
I think
zi pe
yesterday
27.
the second best was like
Squeezy
19
pe
players managed to
27,
score a point in like the game one. This is up to 20 points, so the variety of players earning
Deci,
points on the outs out there.
dacă
I mean,
intră
and if you
în
start off with a 2-point lead, you're off to a great
slăbuți,
start
bă,
for your
domne, e
first
greu,
6
nu?
games.
Yeah,
Pana
of
mea.
course, and obviously don't forget about
Dacă
big
intră
bonus if players
pe...
hit that 7 elimination threshold and go
Unde
past
era
that,
ăla?
like we saw
About...
Boyer do yesterday, drop 10 eliminations.
Dacă intră în
If he
top
can repeat
15,
that
ia
and be
2200 de euro.
consistent,
Dacă e
I mean,
locul 15,
he's
dacă e
looking at a
locul
20k
14,
payout,
13,
Price
and
pool.
then of course being all the way on top of the leaderboards.
It's hard to get a big bonus. It's not every day you see big
E
bonus.
greu, mai greu
It's
la
something that's extremely
un meci
difficult to
obișnuit
do.
în
We
solo.
saw it done what
În ultima
twice
zonă
yesterday.
sunt doi
Only
player,
two
man.
players
Dacă
managing to
intră
break the 7
sub...
elimination
Dacă intră pe
threshold
locul
to
19
get
sau
extra
pe
points
20,
would
ia
be straight to
2500 de dolari.
And
Adică...
for, interesting
Da, ar
fact,
trebui
both
să
the
facă
players
două
that did
puncte
that,
sau
I think
ceva de genul.
skyrocketed themselves to top 3.
Yeah.
So that's how much these eliminations can change the pace of your game and the pace of your positioning, which of course will lead you to that big prize that everyone's fighting for. Not just the respect on the field.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, we want to remind you guys of that 50 health on elimination. That's why we're seeing a lot more aggression come out. Typically, before we'd see players not want to take early game fights, you know, because you get dropped down to like 3 HP and you're like, that fight doesn't really feel worth it. But now with the 50 health, you're like, I'll take this fight and get aggressive. And if you can chain together eliminations, you go, let's say the second fight you take no damage, you're now at 100 health with 3 shield, right?
Yeah,
This is really changing things up.
It's definitely not only a game changer, of course, it's a pace shifter on the game. Like the pace of the game has really changed. We're reaching just closer and closer to a healthy competitive standard. The heal system, rewarding players that are pushing players, hand cannon, rewarding players that like to run aggressive loadouts, arguably even stronger than SMG now in these close quarter engagements. Pump shotgun making a huge resurgence. We didn't see not one double
Bă,
barrel
și
play
oamenii face like
throughout that game. Maybe we missed some of the highlights, but for the most part, everyone we're jumping to, it's just pump shotgun, heavy shotgun. They're connecting their shots right now.
That's right. If you didn't know, we recently made some updates, so the shotguns will be more consistent, and we see that gold heavy doing 210 to the face. So if you players like these, you put a gold shotgun in their hands, and they're going to look to make headshot plays.
Yeah, and I mean, with the way the pellets work, one kind of equals 3 if you can manage to just like nick him a little bit. So with the heavy shotgun, carries that damage down range. It's great for these build-offs.
That's right. For you guys at home, we hope you're enjoying all the action. Don't forget to use that hashtag Winter Royale. We want to hear from you. What did you think about the first game? Who are you hoping takes all this entire European region? But with that, we're gearing up. Our players are boarding the battle bus as we speak.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really enjoying seeing all these new blood. Axe, Warp, Dougie, Astro. These guys going toe to toe. I mean, Axe is, I would say, the most aggressive player.
He's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, we saw some good plays by him. I think one of my favorites in that last game was the ricochet of the grenade bouncing right off just outside of Salty. The player was fearful of his 1x1 coming down, but Axe wasn't aiming for the 1x1. He was just aiming to land it in that vicinity, which played perfectly. He rotated right out of the 1x1 into the grenade, and he lands his AR shots. He puts him down like this. He didn't understand what was going on.
I mean, yesterday we saw him make plays as well with that hand cannon, just being like, I'm just going to bully you. I'm just going to get into your 1x1 and take you down.
Let's talk about that. I remember that one clearly as well. He damages the wall down to just one shot and then follows up with the hand cannon, and it was a brick wall that was pretty healthy. He made like 2 or 3 shots with the AR, puts it in one shot for the hand cannon, pretty much prepares his loadout, bullies his way through, he lands some more shots.
That's really interesting, and it's something that you don't typically see done.
It's not.
Because you have to think about, like, with a hand cannon, for instance, if there's a wood wall, and you're always aware, like, someone could have a hand cannon, they're going to
You can always one-shot that. Exactly, but they
With
don't
a brick
expect
wall,
the brick. And that's
right.
what made it so good. He's just so good at the game.
Yeah, man. I mean, is there anyone else that has really stuck out to your mind outside of the few we've talked about?
Outside of Warp, outside of Axe, I mean, outside of Boyer, I'm happy to see Mitro. I was happy to see Gamru catching, just luck in the first wave right there, right?
Top 3.
Making it to the end, just one Elam shy of the next point. Kind of unfortunate, but I mean, hey, he just so happened to rotate just a little too soon. We talk about in-game rotations on low materials. You have to time it. When you have high ground like that, you wait. You got to hold the brakes. You got to, show diligence and patience and let those guys go first and recycle them. So
that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are hopping into game number 2 of the European Finals. We hope you're enjoying all this incredible action. We still have 5 games left to cast, Monster. There's still so much we need to see here, and we are now gearing up.
These players better lay it on the table. This is your opportunity, guys. Game 1 was amazing. 5 more intense battles to come. The bus seems to be splitting down the map again from the west to eastern side. Another great battle bus. You love to see great battle buses. You never want one that's too favorable to one side or another. It can really throw off a player's game.
Yeah, for sure. Someone we haven't seen yet is Kingstar. Obviously, he didn't make it in.
Initially.
And, looking for redemption. We're hoping to see what he can do. I mean, he is a menace, honestly. He's super calculated, super tactical.
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping to see him.
O să mă uit încet să văd dacă nu are squeezy sau nu.
Just look at Pleasant Park again. Loaded with players. Retail Rail seems to be loaded with players again. Salty Springs, surprisingly uncontested for a 2nd game in a row. If you're someone that, pretty much got taken out early on. I think last game was Keolis who led the game with a 50-second early game Elam, legit like in the lead. You want to be, it looks like Samsung might be taking a first one here, takes out Claymore. I'm just so interested in how people are willing to YOLO land for a weapon. It's so scary. Samsung secures the first elimination in just shy of a minute.
That's right, and Zexro, I wonder if he's aware of that llama very close by, because that would definitely help out his early game.
Here's another small tidbit of information. Keenstar with the longest elimination so far with 8 minutes. 2 llamas in the same area over here as well around Zexro.
There's 2 llamas, so there's that llama we just saw. There's actually a second one very, very close by.
Llamas for early games set you up amazing competitive mode, not just for the materials you get the early bump on, but more importantly, the ammunition. It's hard to come across medium ammo. It's even tougher when you need light ammo to, break down walls and stuff. Early game ammunition, super important to your resource economy.
Now we're over at Retail. Or just getting back over with Warp. This is someone we've definitely had very high expectations for, and he's just delivering, man.
What a loadout to kind of land on. Not only a legendary burst rifle, but a grenade launcher, a sniper, and a shotgun. He has a full.
Îl avem aici pe WR4 ăsta. Se bate cu Asus. Ăsta era Zenfone. LDLC Keolis își face tunel.
Yeah, Asus had also no HP, so Warp already landing shots.
Highs are high ground.
To shield up to full. Obviously didn't realize he kind of rotated.
Trage cu sniper după el, dar
Lucky Asus
unlucky.
Gaful
omoară pe Rujo.
does have that
Cred că n-a murit încă
heavy
Spizzy.
assault rifle, which is really good. He's been beaming people down all day.
Last
All
game,
day yesterday.
yeah, last game, Keoli is pretty much starting things off with the first elimination. Now it seems like his place is being contested, and he didn't catch the Elim early on, so he's got something to worry about. Ego popping that slurp juice is going to put him up to 75 shield soon, and if he doesn't push now, if he can't get shield now, he's going to be in a rough spot.
Ce va face, cum îi va răspunde lui Keolis.
That's what you like to see. Over at
În Tilted vedem 3 player, Melsid, Dâmsic și Harry Potter ăsta.
And it looks like Just Illegal actually picks up both of those.
Oslo îl omoară pe Apostle.
Just Illegal going from 0 to hero. That's gonna put him at 400 cat minimal for all of his materials.
Keolis îl omoară 100%, cred că o să-l omoare pe Heiz ăsta care high ground. Dă cu grenază în el, îl sparge.
And looks like he always is keeping up the aggression here. He manages to land a little bit of a shot. That's shield right there. He's gonna need more than that though. He's getting chunked here. He can't land any shots. He's gotta back up. Definitely a good time to get out of here. And is he gonna box here? Yep. There's burning through resources that he really doesn't own. The cut.
Da, și l-a omorât.
What a play!
Wow, Hayes
frumos jucat aici din partea lui Hayes.
Where he might be backtracking to, recognizes going through that
Belau a murit, că s-a aruncat.
Best part about it is he was under pressure, so he
knew că nu mai are să joace.
Opening locations, and he uses that little bit of information to catch a drop on his opponent.
Hai Spizzy bro cu fragul.
He's off to one crazy start, busting through the wall.
Mamă.
Savage.
Reach and clear. All right.
I like that play. We've seen was it Mitro who first kind of introduced this to the game, right? Using those impulses to break through builds in a flashy way. I mean, it's effective.
That's right. Caxi taking a ton of damage with Lodo down below. Looks like there was someone else looking at third party that.
Yeah, Caxi was probably in the lead for this battle for a little
high
bit.
Ground
Not anymore. Now Lodo's turning
curând.
things around, turning things into his favor with that hand cannon. Not trying to give Caxi a moment to breathe here. And there it is. He's bringing him down with the hand cannon. He's just one shot.
Boogie!
Boogie himself. Oh no! Unfortunately, Boogie's himself, but he does have a second one. He's going to follow up with it. And he hits it. You can't miss this shot. He's making sure it's a
Nu cred.
The pressure.
Și ratat.
Wow.
No, if he would have he would have missed that shot, that would have been very, very rough to say the least. Lucky that third party didn't, you know, decide to dive in there. Would have been quite the spectacle to come in on. Two players buggied somehow.
Yeah, two players.
Salut.
Over to Vorban near risky. Solary Airwalks.
Ia uite-l pe Airwalks ăsta are turtle făcut acolo în casă. Vorsen îi sparge construcția și o pune pe lui și editează acum.
He's got good materials too, so I'm assuming both these players had enough time to kind of farm and get comfortable.
Ia, hai să vedem care câștigă fight-ul. Are low ground acolo. Hai să vedem pe Airwalks fuge.
And pay attention to the loadout. He's got 2 half shields and 4 minis, so he's looking to trade here. Airwalks
fuge, cred că Airwalks de bătaie. Nu-i place să dea cu el.
He only takes 25 chip damage there, but Vorwin very much
Salut, Sobi.
Yeah, here's a little bit of replay from Boyer now, and it's a shot hit right there. Oh gosh.
80 to the face.
6 HP is scary to be down on. Oh, hello?
75 de player rămași.
Face back, that's right. Coming in with a quick phone call right there. He needs it back, the 180
Now are high ground.
And now we're out at now who's up
Se
top
bate
again
cu
with
Zekrox.
And guys, in case you missed yesterday,
Bă, văd pe Spizzy nu
Zexro
văd că se bate cu nimeni, adică nu...
Eu cred că not ăsta e din echipa cu Tifiu. Deci pe Tifiu îl cheamă not Tifiu,
Are these guys going head to head right now?
Da.
Cred că ăsta e din echipa.
Is that what's happening here? Oh, I thought for a second
Cred că da, dar nu știu, nu văd pe Spizzy să se bată cu nimeni.
We're in for a standoff.
Yeah, that would actually be a fight I would want to see. So everyone, go to the edges of the map. Let's let these two come together. Let's let them fight it out. Let's see how it goes.
We had a little bit of Twitter banter yesterday. We were kind of showing off. Zexro saying that he wants to challenge up Mitro here on his region. So a little bit of a contestation right there. So looks like Aries is in a tight spot. We got to interview him yesterday. We know he's a great player. We know he has what it takes to qualify. And he's just not in a position that you want to see yourself in. Very low HP, limited heals, and pressure from 2 players below him.
Yeah, he's
Mă uit la live oficial, nu.
right now. Now, if he can get these other two to kind of fight each other, he can definitely be in a better spot. But looks like Ketcher just bails on the entire situation.
I mean, this plays into his favor, kind of, because now he's not getting pressured, at least by two different factors here. He used all of his meds right there. It looks like that was just the last of his bandages. Doesn't even put him over 75. Oh, that was the last one.
Okay, so he's going to use that last one to go up to 75. Those 4 extra hit points, super valuable to him. Now, the key differences here are the
Ares cu
shotguns.
high ground aici.
Attack, which is good, but that pump is...
Cred că îl bate pe scrick ăsta.
If he can get one
He
pump
can
off,
connect,
he's going to take him down.
Da,
It
da,
also
da.
has the,
Da,
the benefit
da.
of carrying long,
Are
down
șanse
range, basically.
totuși.
So, yeah,
Deja
pump
are high
shotgun
ground,
is
dacă n-are
not the
armură.
way you want to be going against, especially when your opponent is low ground, playing a low ground like this. He can carry that damage upwards towards you when you're in the high ground for your peaks. So if I'm him, I just kind of buy a little bit of time, get out of here, and try to get my farm back on. Got to get his materials in order. Or he has to make a really big play here and get some shield off this engagement Falconing Touch, which is also pretty difficult.
Gafo ăsta are
Now we
Galaxy.
see the new safe zone encompassing just around Leaky Lake and Tomato Temple and the divot as well. And we'll look at the scoreboard where we see Gaffo up top with 3
Nu-l vedem pe
eliminations.
Spizzy
Nico
pe
right behind with 2.
scoreboard.
I mean, again, Issa showing up as well with 2 eliminations.
Yeah, J1 Nasta, another player we saw yesterday, just having a very consistent performance. He's off to a good start right now. Gafal, currently our elimination leader, in the lead with Elims, and looks like he's on a good spot for this this map to just kind of chill out. There's not a lot of players on that north side of the map either. Most of these guys are contesting the southern and southwest area of this map.
We see the Vic. We watched him play second in the game yesterday, and then immediately after that, taking a victory royale. And over the hill, there is Mitro as well. Camo here, too. I mean, these guys also happen to be like center map. Mitro known for his high placements, not necessarily for contesting players head to head all the time. He's definitely one that picks and chooses his battle. These guys are, it's no surprise they're playing the middle map right now. They want zone, they want to chill, they want to make it to end game. Just Illegal, our 2 llama holder, right? He's loaded with ammunition, so he's just hanging out right now. He knows that he's got what it takes to make it an end game and really put in the pressure with the AR. So, good plays for them. And he's got himself a quad launcher here. 3 rockets in the chamber. Down below, Narward is probably right around, I don't know, 112 HP effectively. He also has a quad launcher.
Oh no, double quad. So both of them have the destructive power to bring everything down right now. Whale looks like he's opting to fire one of his limited shots first, showing that he does have the quad launch. He's going to go right into the 1x1. Eats a hand cannon. Oh no, that was actually a shotgun. Yeah. Blue pump.
And there you go. No Word is gets the payout there. That
No Word
50,
is
he's
so loaded now. His loadout's great. I think he had even a legendary scar in the mix there. That's just a great loadout.
Again, another name, Axe, having that high ground. And down on the bottom right, you see Just Illegal. He was the 2 llama holder, the llama king currently.
Interesting for Axe to commit such a strong 1x1 force. Just kind of showing everyone where he is and asserting really just a powerful spot. A key location on the top of the divot here. You don't see a lot of players this early decide to go so high. I feel like that was in the past. Most players like to conserve materials, but Axe is just looking for dominant position. Issa pushing his way through the builds.
Another aggressive player, and you know what? He finds himself in elimination, has the minis to top back off, so he's going to be all right.
Yesterday, Issa had like one solid game that really nudged him up to the top 10 positioning, if I'm not mistaken. Today, it looks like he's back-to-back performing right now, so managed to score himself a ton of points last game, pretty much, and now starting things off on a great footing. That's 3 elims already. 65 players remain.
That's right. He's got himself a point. And keep in mind, he did get the 5 from last game with the victory out and the 6 elimination chain together. So he's going to be sitting on 6 points at minimum after this game. And I mean, he's poised himself in a really good spot, just hunkered down on the mountain here, being able to observe everyone else, be like, hey, what's going on? Where are you guys? I see where you're at.
Yeah, Issa so far really showing that he wants the 75K in prize. I mean, he won the last game, and he's still, with that lead, pushing players when he doesn't have to right now. He could be playing a slow game to kind of just cushion up, but he's taking a risk that it takes to be #1, because there is a lot of risk involved in going for the big plays to get the big points.
Look at this new safe circle. North side of the Temple.
Dragoane.
And a lot of these supplies at the diner right now.
If you look at the map right now, I would say
vezi,
like 90% of these guys are not in the zone, and a lot of them have to run through one another. This is a zone that is flooded with players, over 60 outside of the zone right now.
And I mean, here's
That's
the thing,
a
man.
one.
This is because it's a circle within a circle. There's a lot of opportunities to get in and get safe. So there's kind of not like a single funnel spot, right? So we're gonna see
Maurice
players
Bizimon.
potentially making long rotations. You know, the instinct is, look, I'm just gonna run in and get safe, but you can't do that with 100 or the 99 other best players in the European region.
Someone has finally been eliminated. It was about a minute and a half of idle time of players just playing the zone and just those little
Ăla câți
micro
playeri
plays
sunt în
of
zona
the
asta,
mind
ești
games that
prost.
it takes in these end games to survive. But
Ghost
now the
ăsta
rotations are
deja are
beginning and
3
players are
kills,
getting
nebun, ce
knocked.
agresiv joacă.
Elims are starting to happen again.
Toți top pushează.
So
Și
keeping up
Spizi
that
a
high
văzut că pushează, dar
ground
nu la
over there.
turneuri, se pare
Over
că...
to Razgul. Loadout's looking pretty all right, all things considered. He's got the dynamite as well
Nu,
as
la
the
turneu
pump
joacă Turtle, mă.
and the heavy assault rifle. We see Rasmussen go down there.
Pushează destul de mult și
Oh,
la
looking to bring down the shell of this. He's going to sit behind this wall because he knows he can take it down with him without taking
Am
any
dat
damage.
dislike.
And it just wasn't enough.
Așa, așa, tine.
Now reassessing and reevaluating. Should I do this? You know, let's just box back up.
Canterul ăla moare, bă, Dragon. Moare
Expecting a
Canterul.
player to come down from that, but this is pretty fortified. And it's actually Issa above him. That's who he's trying to bring down from the build. Mexi in a 1v1 versus the Vic, while getting pressure by Scram from the backside.
Moare Canterul ăla într-o
But look
lună.
who else is still alive? That's Keenstar, looking to make his redemption story possible. He does
Ia
have
uite-l
2
pe Keenstar
eliminations and
ăsta.
a hand cannon to his name. Looking to shut down Ace here.
Yeah, he's got himself a nice, comfy little home right here, just on the edge of the base. Keenstar with 2 eliminations. He needs one more to secure himself a point in this game format here.
Iar a
which
murit,
is
cred că
the big
Spizi, mă.
bonus.
Nico here, Ace as
Așa
well.
crezi.
Da.
And let's not forget, over the hill,
100 la
there was
mie.
a massive battle
Eu cred că e
going
aici
on.
încă.
So we'll
Da.
have to keep our eyes out on that kill
Yeah,
feed.
sure,
I mean,
good.
back to the action. Look, Issa had that high ground, had immediately gets dropped down. Mitro over the hill here. Just illegal. We saw him, the Llama King. He's poised, ready to go.
And I like what Issa did there. Although he's using his very valuable grapplers, he's managing to conserve resources, letting players go first, and then piggybacking off of those to shoot himself to the next zone. And that's the problem with rotating without building. It's a risk versus reward. You start getting
Ghosty
beamed through the
s-a
walls
cred că
here.
Mhm.
Like
Pușează
he's
aia.
saying, man, if he could trade out with another player, he does have that gold heavy pump. So if he can one-tap someone, he can get the 50 health back. That'll give a little bit of shield as well.
Yeah, but Issa quickly recognizing that he's in a tight
Sure,
situation
okay.
here. It was
No,
Mitro
just
that
as
landed some shots on him, it seems, and he knows he's
Așa
got
a
to back
fost
up
și el.
here.
Doar
Mitro's
niciodată
off to the
suntem-
races with the grappler gun.
când
He's
au
gone
rămas
from this
erau
battle. There's way
top
too many
5
players on
acolo,
top of him. He doesn't want to be here. Issa understands he's got to get out of here as well, using his last heals now. This is make or break situation. Either he gets an Elan, or he's going to be up for a really rough rotation in the bit.
That is 2 more explosives falling behind him right there.
You can see the dynamite lighting effects just all around him. Things are kind of tripping out
This
here.
isn't looking good. He's doing
It's
the best he
everything's,
can
yeah,
to
he's
press.
just trying to stay alive right now. Players realizing that he's in a tight situation. This is probably a free Elam.
Now all he's got left is the metal, and that's a telltale, right? You see that, you see a player building with metal, you're like, they're probably out of everything else. Have to see if players capitalize on this, but look at the new
Nu l-am
safe
văzut pe
zone.
cea să
It's
facă
up by the
kill, mă.
corrupted zone, and there's not a lot of play
Sure.
space to work with right now.
Well, this is a great zone for majority of the
No, that
players.
was
A lot of them
Anissa
do seem to just kind of be sitting up there.
Te-ai uitat după chat?
Battling themselves, though, which
No,
means players moving in
Așa
are going to
mai-
have some pretty
mai
easy
aveam
rotations because all the focus is on your neighbor.
Bă,
The
dar
guy
numai pe
next
Issa
to you.
asta
He
lasăm.
actually dives down on the player. He decides that that's not the fight he wants to take. He also decides that this is the time he needs to waste all of his resources as far as grapple shots go. He's got to burn it all right now to make it happen.
Trying to catch someone
Hai,
as they make
Spizi
these
cu
late
fragul.
rotations. He's got his eyes on Scram. A
Dă-le
huge
cap pe
One more
can.
shot here. He knows that this is a player that's really weak. This is his opportunity to get some HP, and he
picks him
gets
off.
it. That's exactly what he wanted. That's 50 for him. Now you gotta feel the confidence, kind of feeling for him. Like this is now 1 point away or 1 Elam away from the next point, and he's healthy for this rotation.
That's right. We saw him get chipped down a little bit, but with those extra 50 health and or shield coming in, he's back in it.
Yeah, the best players know that when they can fight on the rotation, and he's looking for these opportunities. These players are getting chipped off. He's just following the wave, and that's the player that probably took that player out. No, losing his lead now.
That's okay. He's going to be all right. On the rotation, he did find 266 brick just near that purple shotgun there, so he's gonna have
Nu văd, mă,
materials
pe
going
schize.
into these last few circles.
Nicio.
30 players left with 5 seconds to go.
Issa is making the right call here. He has to be hyper aggressive on low HP and pretty much what might be the end of his game. If he cannot get an elim, one, it's just gonna hold him back, right? He's
Nu, e
one
aici,
shy
mă.
of a point,
Murit.
and that's the
Iar
HP he
aici s-au
needs. He
făcut
picks one
5
up.
kill-uri.
So now
Ei
he's
s-a
at
câștigat
96.
ăsta.
If he can get
Campionatul.
another one, he can get the shield he needs.
Sigur,
He'll
aproape
be
pe
back in
gol
the
și s-a
game.
câștigat
And he
campionatul.
already has
Câte
5
fraguri face
eliminations.
ăsta, mă?
Monster 2 more,
Da,
and he hits
știu.
the next threshold, and he could potentially see a big bonus.
The combination of the grenade launcher and, you know, AR follow-up here is just great. He's blowing up builds, he's exposing
Immorți,
players and
Pisipa.
following up with the
Da,
very
da, da.
accurate, you know,
Immort,
epic scar
immort.
here.
And that's the thing, man, is he... Oh, that's...
Finding opportunity.
Okay, wow, beaming people left
Ghosti
and
are 6
right.
kill-uri.
If
Ghosti
we
s-a
can have a
câștigat.
damage KD,
7
it's on it right
fraguri.
here.
Asta e zici că
No
se
one
joacă la
giving him
normal
any
ăsta, mă.
contention whatsoever. He's just sitting high and pretty, destroying players on their rotations.
Stai pe
Exposing
playground,
a lot
mă.
of grenade launcher shots there.
There is one player running down below. Did he see him? I'm not sure. Again, Issa, 6 eliminations. Right behind him, Norwood with 5.
Absolutely skyrocketing himself to the top here. He's
Da,
looking
moare
to
Issa.
come to number 1 for
Moare
this
Issa.
game right now. If he can break this big bonus threshold, he will probably be very hard to take down from number 1 right now.
That's right. He already has 5 points after the first game.
And look at who's right next to him. Just illegal. Has the ammunition he needs. Obviously doesn't have the HP to fight him either. Issa says, you know what? I want to get to this next zone.
Man, I think Issa's playing this really well, taking that low ground.
Does he risk the
biding his
corrupt
time.
zone? He decides not to take the corrupted stone. He has no more AR left.
L-au bătut pe
He
Ghosti ăsta.
needs
Oh, what,
again. He's getting eliminations, but he cannot get the spoils from the eliminations.
That's right. Keep an eye on the mats.
That's
Only
it.
200
Oh, no.
down. Thomas takes him down, shuts him down. Dougie, new blood as well.
Thomas HD takes down our champion before being pretty much slaughtered himself on the storm line there from the players that are holding the inside. Dougie just shy of top 10 right here, looking to get himself a point. Top 10, earn 1
nu a
point.
rămas
This is where
prisma.
you do not want to get eliminated. You almost
E
kind of
mort.
don't even want to battle either. You want other people to give you this point for you.
Salut, bro.
We're over to Farron's. And again, guys, a top 10, you get yourself 1 point. So we're going to see things slow down. No one wants to make a mistake. No one wants to be eliminated here early. They want to make it to that top 10.
So typically you want to be one of the first to rotate
That's
out,
good
but when
chance
you
to
have
make
4
the live
players
one.
or 5 players leading the rotation right here, you kind of
Cinci
want people to
oameni.
go in front of you. That way you can catch them on their exposed
Well,
positionings,
that's,
which I think Gaffal's looking for because he just needs 1 more. He's already pretty much maxed out on HP, being that he just went, you know, and campfired fully here. And there it is. He's catching players. They're going across. He's just playing it nice and slow. But all focus turns on him as Just Illegal catches a much-needed elimination. That's going to get him to 80 HP because he was really low.
Dougie is up top, maintaining the high ground. A few quick lasers come out. And that is his 2nd elimination under his belt.
It's actually Mexi who gets taken out there. 1 more player to be eliminated, grants everyone else a point. And there we have it. Airwalks is going to get shotgunned.
We are now in top 10. So everyone here is going to get a point, and they're looking to place top 3rd, or 2nd or 3rd for that extra additional point. Obviously, that Victor Royale. Farron's with 5 eliminations
That was
as
a
well.
huge elim for Farron's, not only getting him to top 10, but getting him his 5 elims, and he's just breaking his way through the builds. Just barely. The Storm's going to take him out. Dougie gets shot by Raptor here. Ooh, gets taken out by Sky. Sky, another player we saw putting in work yesterday. Just Illegal's probably going to get taken out the Sky here. That glider really easy to kind of, you know, recognize coming down. He's so low in HP. Someone just got jumped into the Storm. Gebber's with the Storm against the back. He can't get ticked here either.
Top 5 situation right now. Skype, Gamru, Geber, Sokka, and Just Illegal. Just Illegal going down there.
Sokka catches him on the ground level, eats an RPG, followed up from Skype with a shotgun. That's going to take him out. Skype has pretty much the best positioning right here. Geber's down. False is death. It's a 1v1.
Gamru versus Skype. Who takes it all? Take a look at the loadouts. Skype does have the 1 grappler and 1 RPG.
He's going to go for the 1 grapple shot play. Skype has so much in his pocket though, as far as resources go. He can make any play that he chooses right now. Gamril is in a bad situation right here. 1 RPG shot down. Now he has no more of that. These are his final materials right here. Gamril's just trying to hold the high ground with what he has left. The pressure's coming in.
Look at the difference in
He's shaking.
loadout.
He's going to fall here. It takes a lot of damage.
Wait, did
Gamril.
Skype see him?
He had to have seen that happen. Skite now turning things around. Let's see what Gamru has. He's
out of
got to land
build.
his shots. That's 84. He trades back and forth.
Oh, Sky's got to be careful if he gets ticked there by the storm.
He does have time to heal, though. This is really bad for Gamru right here. Shaping out to be a win for Skite.
There you go. Gamru was down to 18 HP, and Sky closes out the game with a 78 to the face.
Nonetheless, what a great effort from Gamru to make it to top 3 2 games in a row. You have to show him some respect for that. Not only that, putting in work in those end games. Unfortunately, though, RPG, Grappler, just Skite had what he needed to make those plays. Brings him down with the RPG, grapples up to the top, changes the entire game around, and there you have it. Loses that high ground really quick.
That's right. We actually had 4 players in game 1 that had 4 eliminations, and in game 2 we had 5 players with 4 eliminations. So many of them coming near to that second threshold, just clawing, reaching for those extra points. But a stellar game number 2. So we'll take a look at that final elimination coming out of game number 2 in the finals, the European region.
And there you have it. Look, Gamru had no HP. There was no way he was going to be able to survive this. And it was actually a 79 shot from Skite, so he needed a lot more than what he had there. Prior to that, it was an 80 shot from the pump from Skite. Skite was just connecting all the way through.
Yeah, Sky was in control pretty much the entire time. The only difference was that Gamru had 15 effective bandages in his inventory. He actually had like a stack of 8 and 13, and then he kind of went through them, only having the assault rifle and the shotgun there as well. So.
And the reason Skite was able to really assert, you know, the powerful positioning there is because he was getting those endgame elims. Gave him all the shield he needed. Gamru just couldn't catch one in time. I think it was actually snagged from Skite, so that was a game changer for him because he was left on 9 shield when, you know, Skite pretty much skyrocketed right back up off the heal bonuses.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was a crazy game.
That was a good game too.
This is finals, man. They are shaping up. They were not looking to disappoint. A lot of these players looking to show up and just keep things going. We'll take a look at the highlights of this game number 2. I mean, I'm pumped, dude. My heart's racing.
That was a great game too.
I was gonna say, let's not forget the Llama King. Just illegal fighting 2 llamas.
You see it set him up all the way for endgame, just having the resources early on enough to get to positioning, you know, get the jump. This is that crazy boogie bomb play we saw right here, nearly costing him his own game, and then he missed one, which was insane because he managed to get a shot off. Lotto actually got a shot off before the boogie was up.
Let's not forget this crazy impressive play from Issa. I mean, not many people do stuff like that. We've only seen Nitro really kind of replicate those types of behaviors there, but
yeah, it's a hard play to pull off. You got to know, like, Issa knew not to jump right there, right? He just wanted to be pushed several tiles forward. It was a very perfectly executed impulse play. KFL jumped right over a spike trap there. If he would have landed on that, it would have been rough. Fighting in the storm, couldn't get it.
And Skite here taking this game number 2 with 4 eliminations to his name.
Yeah, playing it safe too, making sure, you know what, I'm going to shield up here. Can't take the risk. And it works out.
He actually jumped down. He went for it. We'll take a look at the standings. Issa still leading the pack with 7 total points. Skite with 5. Gamru in 3rd place with 4 points. Farron's in 4th with 3. And Camo in 5th with 3 points as well. Don't forget, guys, everyone that competes today will place in the money, but it is top 20 that are shooting for those higher prize pools. Right now, that's Mel side. And now Ngafo just being edged out.
Yeah, I mean, if you find yourself with like 3+ points, you kind of know you're sitting really good for that top 20 right now. And yeah, for these people now, look, we're down to 36 players that earned themselves a point as well. These guys are not far behind. Anything can happen in one of these games. Just the right battles at the right times, the right positioning. You'll find yourself with 3-4+ points, getting closer and closer to top 10.
That's right. We actually saw Keenstar there in the 48th place. He was in game. He had 2 eliminations. Came super close to having that extra one for that first point. Couldn't quite make it. So
guys, cred că închid live-ul și vă dau link-ul aici.
Getting ready for game number 3. For you guys at home, do not forget to use the hashtag #WinterRoyale1.
Ista e salvat de 20.000 de euro.
Left to go.
Vă dau aici link-ul pe acela dacă vreți să vă uitați.
But yeah, man, what do you think?
Și închid live-ul.
We're gearing up for halfway through.